You are watching NetSoft IT Academy. 905-812-2923. info@netsoftacademy.com. www.netsoftacademy.com.
So now let's start with lab number 71, which is adding user accounts to Exchange Online or Exchange On-Prem. So first I'll navigate to my Nita EXH01 and log in as the enterprise administrator, that is NetSoft /administrator here. All right, so I'm here. Now first things that I'll do is I'll make sure that my Exchange services are connected and then navigate to the Exchange control panel on my browser. So I would first like all of these things to start up properly. You can see that my server manager is opening up. Good. Start. Exchange management shell here. I wanted to say connected before I start something else. The only reason being why that I don't want it to have unnecessary or unwarranted issues later on. You can see that it says connecting. I want it to say connected, and then I'll just go to the Exchange Admin Center. So we'll wait for it. Shouldn't take too long. It will take a few moments, yes, but not too long. Now, while it is running here, and you can see that it's already done, I'm going to copy this part here, nitaexch.netsoft.com. Go to Google Chrome, https://nitaexh01.netsoft.com/ecp/, and that is how I get to the Exchange Admin Center. Now once I'm here, I'll log in as NetSoft /administrator and password 1350. After I do this, I'll be prompted to select my time zone, which I will very promptly select then. My time zone will be UTC -5. And don't worry if it is taking this long. It is pretty normal for this process to take a little bit longer than expected. It isn't anything to worry about. Remember, everything is happening on the local Ethernet. Everything is on intranet. Nothing is on the internet. So it doesn't need internet access for this. Remember, there is a difference between internet and intranet. Make sure that you remember that. And if you try connecting this to the internet and then try, it will not work for you. Let me be extremely clear, it will not work for you. So I click on save. Now I'm just waiting for the admin center to load up. So we are just going to add our existing users here. We're not going to do anything fancy. We are going to add our existing users here as mailbox users and then verify if everything can be accessed and emails can be sent and received. Okay, so I click on new here, user mailbox, select existing user, click on browse, and I can see Bruce Lee and John Wick. So I can only select one user at a time though. I select Bruce Lee, click on save, and the user is already here. This is the email address for the user. Similarly, user mailbox, click on browse, John Wick, save, and you can see that John Wick is also here. Now, once this is done, I'll now navigate to my workstation 1 here. So my workstation has been powered off. I generally don't like my workstation to be running. So that is the reason why it is not there for the moment. Now I'll wait for this workstation to start up. And once it starts up, I'll make sure to log in as the administrator. I'll not log in as the user or anything. I'll log in as NetSoft /administrator. Now once I log in, I'm just waiting for myself to log in myself here anyway. So I'll just give it a minute. Okay, so once we log in, I'll quickly go to the Google Chrome browser here. Now, one of the things that you need to remember is that Microsoft keeps changing things with every update. And with every new feature update that it gives out, it might be taking out certain features. So one of the features that got taken out recently was the Windows Mail. So after Windows or after Microsoft Windows 11, Microsoft released Windows 11 24H2 edition, they got rid of the inherent mail application and replaced it with Microsoft Outlook for Windows. That is an app, however, that requires the internet. So one of the things that you would notice is the fact that you would have to literally just be connected to the internet 24/7 under the new Microsoft directive now. So let's move on. Let's just go to the browser and let's connect to through the browser to the OWA here. So going back here, https://neta8601netsoft.com/ecp/. Now, if you're not able to access the applications or anything, it's okay. You can always do it through the web browser, but it is a little bit of a pain point for everyone at the moment. So NetSoft /Beely and password 1350. I'm going to set the time zone UTC -5 Eastern Time. Save. Now I open the ECP. If I'm being quite honest, I open the ECP, but if I click on my mail here, that takes me to OWA. Not a big difference. I just went ahead with the flow that I generally build with. So I click on new. Now I want to send an email to John Wick. So I type J and I say search directory. And you see John Wick pops up. Then I type A and say search directory. The email would be test email, let's say. And the message would be, this is a short email. And click on send. Oh, I added one more, add A to this thing. So that's why the email did not go through. Now, for example, you can see that it leaves the drafts here and is in my sent items right away for Bruce Lee. Okay. So now, ideally, I want to make sure that I can access it. So I'm going to say sign out. And instead of Beely, I log in as John Wick, password 1350. Again, make sure that I select the time zone. Now, you only need to do it once when you log in as the initial user. And you can see that the email is here. And that concludes our lab here, where we wanted to just verify that emails were being sent, user mailboxes were created successfully, and everything is being synchronized as planned. Now, one thing that the book might be on about is the fact that you would need, it would say, oh, you need to navigate to the mail application. So if I type on mail, you will see that I don't have any mail application here. Similarly, there is only one inherent local email application, that is the Outlook application here. Now, there's a lot of things going on, so it is impossible to always keep track of everything new. So make sure that you keep a track of this, and I'll see you in the next lab. Thank you.
Thank you for watching NetSoft IT Academy. 905-812-2923. info@netsoftakademy.com. www.netsoftakademy.com.